Hello, welcome to Gus McDoll Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series we play through the 16 operations of the German Grand Campaign in Close Combat 3, the Russian Front. Please remember to subscribe, comment, share and like the video. And if you want to show your support with a donation, the links are in the description. It is day 1 of 7 on Operation 9 of 16. Operational Briefing. German Backhand Blow. February 18, 1943. Your comrades in Stalingrad are dead or captured. With our front stabilised, you can strike a blow to avenge them. You'll command an elite Kampfgruppe attached to the 6th Panzer Division. The frozen ground will give your panzers solid ground on which to manoeuvre. Your objective is to retake Kharkiv and crush the Bolshevist group Popov in the process. The hills and open spaces will make surprise difficult, so discipline will be crucial. Intelligence reports the enemy has a strong force, but it cannot be reinforced or resupplied. Avenge your comrades before the spring thaw bogs you down. Battle Briefing. Backhand Blow. Manstein's attack. Now you can hit the Bolshevists with a counterattack they won't soon forget. Your objective is to get across the river and secure the hills. We've marshalled powerful resources from which you can select your fighting force. Your command is now attached to the 6th Panzer Division. Consider adding armour to your force. If you add a Tiger 1, consider positioning it to cover your river crossing, at the bridge or elsewhere, and leave the movement to lighter tanks. An 8.8cm anti-tank gun in the same position will give you the same firepower while letting you add more teams. You can use half-tracks with mortars and infantry guns to subdue the farm complex while your armour drives for a crossing. Intelligence suggests the enemy will continue using T-34 tanks. There might be anti-tank guns in the farm buildings or near expected river crossings. Don't be brash, but don't be too cautious. Roll forward to victory. We start the operation with the same forces from the last battle. Von McDoll, Command Panzer IV F2. Group Leader, Kommando Behörden 1942. Heavy Infantry, Fallschirmjäger Sturmgrenadier 1942. Heavy Infantry, Sturmgrenadier 1942. Heavy Infantry, Sturmgrenadier 1942. Machine Gun Infantry, Maschinengewehr 42. Machine Gun Infantry, Maschinengewehr 42. Medium Tank, Panzer IV F2. Medium Tank, Panzer IV-D. Heavy Anti-Tank Gun, 8.8cm Flak 36. Another Heavy Anti-Tank Gun, 8.8cm Flak 36. Anti-Tank Carrier, Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251x10. Another Sonderkraftfahrzeug, also with a 3.7cm pack. And a medium mortar 8cm Granatwerfer. 1 vacant slot, 50 requisition points remaining, and no refits necessary. And that is Kampfgruppe McDoll. Let's examine the terrain and develop a plan. A small hamlet called Selenyia sits along the road from Krasnograd to Kupiansk. Next to the hamlet is a stone bridge across a frozen river. I have marked 4 areas. Number 1, Hill 197 and the ridgeline to the northwest. The ridgeline overlooks the entire area, providing excellent observation and fields of fire to the guns. The ridge also provides cover and concealment to forces on the reverse slope. A 2-storey building sits on high ground at the northern end of the ridge. Number 2, the hamlet of Selenyia. Surrounded by open snow-covered fields is a farm complex of wooden single-storey buildings surrounded by a fence. The buildings offer concealment to infantry and possibly anti-tank guns. More wooden single-storey buildings lie along the road parallel to the river. Number 3, the bridge. This stone bridge will support the heavy vehicle movement of a panzer division in the advance. The bridge crosses a river that would normally be a major obstacle to vehicle movement. But the river is frozen and passable. Nonetheless, the river is still an obstacle, as it is a fire lane. A gun sighted at one end can fire all the way down the river and cover the bridge. Number 4. Hill 201. This low wooded ridgeline has observation over the bridge and the hamlet. The reverse slope provides cover and concealment and could be used as a forming up point or mortar baseplate location. Key terrain is the ridgeline on Hill 197 and Hill 201. Decisive terrain is the bridge, which must be captured intact to support the advance of the Panzer Division. Avenues of approach to the bridge include from the north through the woods, over the ridgeline, or along the road from the south. The enemy are in defence. I assess they will focus on the bridge. The infantry could be in a 1-up 2-back position with a squad occupying one or more buildings in the hamlet on the near side of the river. The remaining squads would be in the woods on the far bank of the river. They may also have a small reconnaissance squad in the farm buildings for early warning and to cue mortar fire. An anti-tank gun might cover down the river to target any vehicles crossing the bridge or the river itself. Once the Germans are detected, the enemy could bring forward tanks onto Hill 201 to cover the bridge, support the infantry, and counterattack. And a mortar could be placed amongst the buildings on the far side of Hill 201. One option for the Germans is to conduct an armoured attack from the south. Following the line of the river, they would sweep through the village at speed, blasting at any infantry in the wooden buildings. Then they would cross the bridge or the frozen river and use speed and shock to capture the far bank. Meanwhile, the anti-tank guns would support the attack from the ridgeline with the mortar on the reverse slope. The support by fire position would be protected by the infantry in the woods, who could also contribute machine gun fire to suppress enemy infantry. The advantage of this approach is that the anti-tank guns would be firing in parallel to the advance, a doctrinally perfect position that is often hard to achieve in practice. The disadvantage of this approach is that the tanks would be exposing their right flank to any Russian forces across the river, particularly on Hill 201. The ridgeline, overlooking the hamlet and bridge, and parallel to Hill 201, offers me a temptation I cannot resist. A company-strength firepower demonstration. No tactics, just firepower. All the guns will form a line along the ridge, and simply blast any Russian troops in the river valley below. Once the Russians are suppressed or destroyed, the half-tracks will come out of their position on the reverse slope and lead a linear assault through the hamlet, across the bridge, and onto Hill 201. Sometimes it is all about weight of fire. Since the fall of Stalingrad, the Soviets have been on the attack all through January 1943. The Kampfgruppe is now back in Ukraine, near Krasnograd. At last, Field Marshal Erich von Manstein has launched the Donetsk campaign, a counterattack. The division has been sent against the Popov Mobile Group. Defeating this force will support an attack on Kharkiv. I've now moved my troops into position and will execute the plan in real time. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the various courses of action and if you have identified a viable alternative. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. And so we begin. Achtung Panzer! A T-34 on the far side of the bridge. McDowell fires first. The T-34 fires back and misses. McDowell fires again and damages the T-34 with a Sprenggranate from the 7.5cm main gun. McDowell pops smoke from the smoke discharges on the turret. More Russians near the bridge. But where? Achtung Panzer! Another T-34 on Hill 201. Ohlmeyer and Baumann's 8.8cm guns both have line of sight. Hit and destroyed. On the hill, the T-34 flame tank burns. Another hit on the T-34 next to the bridge. Russian infantry about to cross the river. The German mortar opens a fire mission. Von Wittke, in McDowell's command panzer, finishes off the T-34. The mortar targets the tank crews. Draw. The battle ended because the Russians fled the battlefield. The Germans gained control of the area and will advance. Once again, the Germans did not take any losses in men or materiel. Russian losses were 2 killed, 2 wounded, and 2 tanks destroyed. Let's examine the Kampfgruppe. Von Wittke, in McDowell's Command Panzer IV F2, is awarded the War Merit Badge for destroying the T-34. Otherwise, no new medals. Ohlmeyer, now promoted to Lieutenant, and Gefreiter Hahnemann share credit for the other tank kill. I should probably start tracking these promotions. Once again, improvements across the Kampf group. So, what did we learn? Well, the company strength firepower demonstration was a lot more underwhelming than I had originally hoped. Instead of having to shout above the din of battle, I was almost sipping tea between well-aimed shots. But the strength of the German fire line was once again proven. The rapid loss of 2 more T-34 caused Russian spirit to break, and they fled the battlefield. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.